Welcome to Elite Lesson in Deception. I've only done videos for a couple of the quests out here in Wheloon. I haven't done this one, so that's why I'm choosing it. Because as you know, one of my ultimate goals is to have a quest video for every quest in the game. And so this is video 2 of Life 3. And I realized that I didn't show you what I made Gingerspyce look like this life. So she's a little more menacing than I meant for. You know, the red was the hair dye that I applied after the fact. So when I made her she had lighter colored hair, she didn't quite look this menacing, but the red kind of makes her a little mean looking, but that's okay. So there she is. I think that's a gnome, a new hairstyle for gnome. That's why I picked it. Maybe that one was available before. I don't know. It didn't look familiar to me. So, on the gear side, exactly the same as last video, so I'm not going to go over any of it. I just want to point out that I have now this recrafted into +4 meddling light pick of pure good with the ruby red slot ruby. I have erosion, and wanted to mention one important piece of level 18 gear. This is the mysterious bauble. This comes from the weapon shipment in the Devil Battlefield, Chavaras, and it comes from the end chest. And some people have had a hard time farming it. I've never had a hard time. I got it on all my tunes in less than 10 runs. I know that for some of you that's going to just sound nauseating, because I know there are people out there that have, you know, farmed it hundreds of times and never pulled it. I'm just saying I've never had a problem. I think it's a reasonable farm, probably something on the order of like your Gibberish Blade. So if you do your due diligence and you keep farming it, you're going to eventually get it. This basically is it's a single one clicky per rest, and it's like a major pot per rest. So awesome piece of gear, and basically any tune with a blue bar ought to have this. Really nice. Don't think there's anything else I'm going to mention here. I did learn some things, and I also will say that I'm having more fun this life than last life, at least in heroics. I remember as I got to like the higher heroic levels last life, I was getting a little discouraged. But I really like this Holy Retribution. I talked about it last video a little bit, but it is so cool. I just love it, and so one of the things that I learned is that the number of Holy Retributions that you get and Divine Mights is dependent upon the number of turn attempts that you have. So I changed things up a little bit here and got extra turning, because I just had junk points spent here in attack boost. I didn't need that. And then I took a point out of extra smite. So I just wanted to spend the minimum 4 points to get up to the next tier. I don't really feel like I need the extra smites, especially since Holy Retribution regenerates them. So that's one thing I learned. I feel like there was something else that is escaping me now. Oh, and I was actually reading the innate stuff earlier today, and realized that the 3rd tier innate here gives me ghost touch to my weapons, which I thought was really cool. I didn't realize that. So since last video, I've picked up my Sacred Defense stance. I'm getting the saves and PRR attached to that, and then I'm just gonna, like I said, most of the rest of the points I'm gonna spend in this tree. I'll probably pick up the heal lamp here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the sealed life, because I'm gonna be able to cast Death Ward. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up the melee power boost, but that's a possibility. I probably won't pick up Empowered Smite. There's nothing else in here that seems worthwhile, but chime in if you feel like, something here like the Passion or the Divine Sacrifice, like if you think that's something good, or the Empower Smite, maybe I'm missing something, but they don't really interest me. Alright. So this is a quest that this is another one where, like, you know, I might do it once per life, tops. And I don't even know this quest that well. You know, I know there's some optionals that you can do, and like, you know, if you do them, you'll lose out on one of the end chests, but there's some chests available in the optionals too, and they sort of, you know, I don't think any of the optional chests drop named loot, but don't quote me on that. You know, if you want to learn more about the optionals, just go on the wiki and read about it. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I just love the Holy Retribution. And I forgot to rest before coming in, so I don't have all of them. Which stinks too, because I think you want to avoid using the shrines in this to get that extra chest at the end. Posted 3 lag videos, and I have them as unlisted on my channel, but because I didn't want to, you know, flood the subscribers with a bunch of lag videos, but I posted them where the devs are looking for information on the lag since the last update. All these dogs running all over the place. But just had some really, really bad lag over the weekend. You know, I know everybody's experiencing it, and it's really frustrating. Really curious to see if when they get today's the day that it's the 18th, and they're getting rid of the anniversary event today. So I'm really curious to see if that affects things. Oh, another thing I learned is that your Divine Might, still learning the names, Divine Might, the number of those, you know, it's the same charges for Holy Retribution, so that kind of stinks. But as I talked about last video, they're just making me shrine more than last life.
They fight each other, and only the strongest survives. Then I get my pick of Wheloon. Taunts the mysterious voice from a nearby roof.
I'm really looking forward to getting the Epic Kronzek's Cruelty at level 20. I remember last life that, you know, I felt there was like a big DPS improvement from 19 to 20. I don't think I want to do that optional. Oh well.
Shouts the voice. We have something else in mind.
So I just posted the Beginner's Guide to Epic Destinies and Twists of Fate. Yes, yesterday morning. I've already had some really positive feedback about that, so I'm really glad to hear that, you know, some of you out there are finding it helpful. I know that most of the DDO community isn't going to find a video like that helpful. It was designed for new players. but I'm really glad that some folks that are newer to Epic Destinies are finding it helpful. It's really awesome. That's what it's for.
Give my regards to the wizard folk, shouts a distant voice. The only way forward appears to be through these foul-smelling drainage tunnels.
A little bit of stuttering that you get when you're stepping in and out of the sewage is that's ridiculous. You know, it's affecting your charisma score. So I think that's what, you know, the recalculating of the bonuses and stuff. But I mean, that's just from my lay perspective. And I don't want to sound overly critical, but that just seems like bad coding. Ooh, 3 champions.
The gate lever is locked firmly in place by some kind of safety mechanism. Opening the other drainage levers may release it.
levers that I missed. And here's one of them.
As the lever unlocks the brain, lizard folk pour out of the darkness.
And here's the other one.
A gate unlocks in the distance as more lizard folk attack. The voice taunts you from somewhere quite close. Do you understand that line? The prisoners, the magistrates, they're all our puppets, and so are we. Decide what happens. Wheloon belongs to shine.
Gargoyles, I get to use my Earth Shatter Warhammer.
The voice continues as you climb onto the roof. You're almost there. Shan has brought you to me, so you can play your part in her plan. Mysterious voice is much closer now. We'll pass the test with flying colors.
And here we
As you
are.
reach the rooftop, the voice calls out once again. We meet at
Now you can push down these ladders here, here, and over here,
the voice
which will stop extra mobs from spawning. But if if you're trying to farm conquest or something like that, you might want to leave them there.
speak with me and finish your lesson. Ladders hit the rooftop, and the priest's minions swarm up, ready for battle. Knock the ladders down to help even the odds.
He's a champion. I'm really looking forward to getting back to Druid. I was thinking about today and I started getting excited about, I'm really excited about trying the Deep Gnome with the Druid. Just playing one of my secondary Druids. I was doing the whole Earthquake and Sleet Storm, Ice Storm, and all that whole ball of wax, and just was like, oh, I missed this. I want this back again on Gingerspyce. Regular buffs wore off. Champ chest. Woohoo! Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And if you're on Sarlona, you are welcome to send me a tell.
You are greeted by all of your allies, alive and well. Now, to help yourself to the Mad Priest's hoard of treasure,